Okay, everybody, this is question 8 in section 3 of the 2017 PSAT. Now, some of you who are really high scorers on the PSAT may be able to look at this and see the answer. You might want to skip this one. If you missed it, stick around. We're going to do it the long way. Once we've done it the long way, you might see a shortcut. All right, so we're trying to find out what 1 minus p is times this really long expression, and I'm not going to bother to read it all out. But what we really have to know is we're going to just distribute. So we're going to multiply this 1 times every term in here, and then we're going to do the same thing with the minus p. So if I multiply 1 times this whole thing, I get 1 plus p squared plus p cubed plus p to the 4th plus p to the 5th plus p to the 6th. Okay? Now everything, now I'm going to multiply this negative p times everything in here, and I'm going to line everything up so that the exponents match. Negative p times 1 is negative p. So all these things are going to be negative. And I'm going to line it up here, and then I'm going to have negative p squared, and I'm going to have negative p to the 3rd, and I'm going to have negative p to the 4th, and negative p to the 6th. Negative p to the 5th. I'm getting ahead of myself. Negative p to the 6th, and then the last term, that negative p times p to the 6th, is negative p to the 7th. Okay? If I add everything up, all these guys are going to cancel each other out. So what I'm left with is 1 minus p to the 7th. Some of you can see that pattern without writing it out, and that's fine. If you can't, it's okay to take the time to write it out. Remember, the most important question on the SAT or the PSAT is the next one you can get right. Even if it takes you a little longer, if you're pretty confident you can get to the answer, you should take the time to work it out. As you get further and further in the test, the questions tend to get harder, and you may not actually be able to do that question you're rushing to get to. So if you know how to do this, don't be afraid to put in the work.